Yeah. That's what I'm talking about, man. Applied pressure T.Y.N, man. You know what I'm saying? We live right now. You know what I mean? I want everybody to share this joint. You know what I mean? Hold on, let me make sure my levels is right. Hold on. Make sure my levels is right.
When do we want it?
You know
when do we want it?
Gotta make sure they right.
All right.
All right, applied pressure T.Y.N, man. Make sure the levels is right. Hold on, let me bring that up a little bit.
400.
You know what I mean?
And 1 year ago.
And tonight, I wanted to, you know what I mean? I wanted to ask some questions, right?
Across
and some of the questions that I wanted to ask was pertaining to Juneteenth, right? They were pertaining to Juneteenth, pertaining to them taking the different statues down, and you know, and really pretty much, you know, it's like I want to know. Does it mean anything? You know what I'm saying? Like, does it mean anything that they taking the statues down? Does it mean anything that they, you know, that we celebrating Juneteenth? Because remember, when we celebrating Juneteenth is supposed to be when we celebrating freedom. We supposed to be free, right? So I want to know if we're really free. If that's what we're supposed to be celebrating. Hold on, let me just check this real quick.
Why do I start by saying that? Because I want people to understand that the strongest Africans are the ones that made it, and therefore we are the heirs and children of the strongest. You are not dealing with people that don't have strength.
You hear this, cat? No, you hear this cat, right? See this cat? So this cat basically is talking about, you know, basically trying to, you know, kick that same BS that we free. So I want to know, you know, if black people are really free in America, man. I mean, we out here celebrating it, right? We celebrating Juneteenth. We celebrating Juneteenth, right? Are we free, man? Because let me tell you something, man. Hold on, let me turn this down some. Because let me tell you something, man. There's no way that the so-called black man is free, man. If we still out here trying to say that Black Lives Matter, if we still out here trying to convince, you know, the powers that be that Black Lives Matter, then it mean you can't be free. That you can't be free. That would be actually ridiculous to even celebrate being free when we're still trying to protest against police brutality. We're still trying to protest against equality, all those different things that are in, you know, that's going on in America right now. So I want to know, you know, are we free? Because remember, in 1863, they basically, this is when Abraham Lincoln supposedly signed the Emancipation Proclamation, but we didn't get the freedom until 2 years later, right? Well, not really. We didn't get the freedom until 2 years later. That's when they decided to announce it to us that we were free, right? So that's June 19th, right? So if we're supposed to be, sit down. If we're supposed to be free, then somebody tell me how we're free. You know, like even like to think about it, like, okay, they taking down the statues. They've been taking down statues for the last few years. You know what I mean? Like, and it still haven't nothing changed. Like, I think what people should do is people should understand that don't get fooled by the whole protests and everything like that. Because guess what? We did the whole protesting thing, like the whole protesting thing. Salakia. The whole protesting thing was the same when Trayvon Martin got killed. When Trayvon Martin got killed, we was out in the streets rioting. We was doing the same thing. When Michael Brown got killed, we was out doing the same thing. Right? Nothing ever happens. So that's what we gotta start to understand and start to realize within ourselves. It's like, are we doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting different results? Because to me, it seems like the so-called leadership of black people keep us out here talking that same yak that we've been talking for the last, 500 years. And that's what I'm trying to figure out. And those are the things that I want to ask. I want to ask those questions. Y'all can call in, man. Y'all can weigh in on the topic, man. It's the number is hold on, let me get it up real quick for y'all. I'll read it off for y'all real quick. All right. The number is 1-347-514-7210, and the PIN number is 272-2349. You know what I mean? And y'all can call in, man. The phone lines is open. As soon as you call in, I'll plug you in or whatever. If that's what you think. If you think that, black people are free now. Those are the things that I want to know, because I want to know, how are we free if we still are marching, we're still protesting. The whole equality thing should have already happened through the civil rights movement. That's what the civil rights movement was supposed to be for. This is what the whole thing was supposed to be for. The whole thing with integration, rather. The whole thing with integration was supposed to be, it was supposed to be it was supposed to remedy all these problems that we was having. But we see that integration hasn't worked. So we're tearing down a lot of statues, right? A lot of people tearing the statues down. So basically, it's like, okay, if we tearing the statues down, we celebrating Juneteenth, all these different things like that. It's like, okay, well, are we really free? So if we're really free, then why are we doing the things that we're doing? Those are the questions that I had, that I always wanted to ask myself. You know what I mean? And I'm leaving it out there for y'all too. Because we see that in America, we don't have freedom. So what the hell are we celebrating? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's ridiculous. It's like, when you see like a lot of the statues being taken down and you see all of those things going on, it's like, those things are just to pacify you, to keep you unaware of what's going on. So of course, yeah, they'll take a statue down with you, you know what I mean? They'll spray paint the statue with you, but is it going to stop the systemic racism that black people endure every day, brown people endure every day? No. Who gives a damn about a statue if it's going to keep everybody in line? That's a collateral damage. You know what I'm saying? Like they look at it like, well, okay, well we'll take the statues down to shut you up. You understand? And get you and keep you quiet so that we can go through and we can coast through the rest of this year with you shutting up. And those are the things that we gotta ask ourselves, man. I look at it like this, man. Like the other day I had put a post up on Facebook. Right? And the post was about Martin Luther King, like when we was taking the statues down. When they was taking the statues down, like a lot of different statues. And I had got this post from another brother in the school, right? And I had just shared the post, but everybody just pretty much came on the post or whatever. But one thing that people was pretty much, when the post had said that while we're taking down the statues, we might as well take down Martin Luther King statue too as well. So a lot of people was jumping on the post that never say nothing ever on Facebook to me ever. Out of all the different things that we that I put up, I post everything. Nobody had nothing to say until I said something about Martin Luther King. And the reason that I said something about Martin Luther King is the fact that Martin Luther King destroyed black infrastructure. He destroyed it on so many levels that we're still paying for it today. That's why I say that we should take down those statues, because Martin Luther King sold us out, man. It was a brother said that Martin Luther King, why would we take his statue down? He never, enslaved nobody. He never took people's land. He never did nothing like that. So I'm like, well, if he never enslaved anybody, he never took anybody's land, he never killed innocent people, and he never did none of those things, so why would you join a people to the people that do all of those different things? See, this is the problem with black leadership. Black leadership is outdated. They're old. They still trying the same tactics that we've been trying for the last 50 years. And we see that in 2020, you still saying Black Lives Matter. In 2020. In 2020, we still saying Black Lives Matter. Ain't that something? It's ridiculous when you think about it. You know what I'm saying? Because integration should have solved all these problems. But we see that integration doesn't solve problems. It just makes the people that's on the bottom of integration suffer. And what I mean by that is, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, we suffer at the hands of integration. Why? Because we integrated into a system without power. So Martin Luther King, what he did was he integrated us with other nations, but without having the power. You see what I'm saying? Like Chinese people, they're integrated into America, but they have power. You see what I'm saying? That's why they have infrastructure in America. They have Chinatown in America. So if they integrate, it can work for them because they have their own power and they're separate. You see what I'm saying? But with black people, our leadership thought that it was better to integrate us with every other nation without having the power. And that's where we get jacked up each and every time. So when they take down a statue, to me, who gives a damn? To me, I don't give a damn if they leave the statue up or not. To me, they can leave the statue up. Who the hell cares? You know what I'm saying? The only thing that does matter is that we don't have to keep going through the same thing we go through each and every year, expecting different results from the very people that's destroying us. That's the issue that nobody wants to address. Nobody wants to address the issue that our oppressor is the reason why we've had every single problem that the black community has ever had. Any problem that the black community has ever had has been because of the so-called slave master. Not the so-called slave master, but the so-called white man. That's the whole reason for every issue that we even have to go through. It's the reason why you got to go to work every day. It's the reason why your bills is piled up, because they go from 30 days. They give you 30 days. See what I'm saying? It's the reason why you have to go and you got to, put yourself on a chopping block to go get a job. You got to kiss up. You got to laugh at jokes. You got to do all those different things that you normally wouldn't do, but you got to do it because of the so-called slave master, and that's the issue. But nobody wants to address the issue because black leadership doesn't want to offend anybody because they don't want to jeopardize their good seat that they have, in this kingdom. That's the issue. So if they take down a statue, a Christopher Columbus statue, who the hell cares? The statue's been up there for over 50 years, and things still been the same. You see what I'm saying? The only thing that it's going to make by taking the statues down is it's going to make things harder on you. It's going to make the very people that you're trying to get them to understand that Black Lives Matter, it's going to make them hate you more. Nothing's going to change. It's like a trinket that's going to destroy your heart every time when they give you a win. You know, like, remember how we were sitting in front of the bus? We were sitting in the back of the bus, right? We were sitting in the back of the bus because it wasn't legal for us to sit in the front of the bus. So we fought and we fought and we fought and we fought and we fought. And then finally they said, you know what? You can sit on the front of the bus. Because we done beat you so damn much, now you can sit on the front of the bus. So now when we can sit on the front of the bus, we look at it as, yay, yay, we won. We won. We can sit on the front of the bus now. And now we look at it as we got to win. But what really did you get? You can sit on the front of a bus? Wow. Now we're protesting to keep bus stops in rotation now. That's the issue that Black leadership does not address. That's the issue. Because it's like in America, it's like we have to have that feeling of being loved. You know what I'm saying? Like we have to have that feeling of being included in America. And when we constantly see that in America, we will never be included in this place. So what are we doing? We celebrating Juneteenth. We celebrating when Black people got free. When we still sitting here 400 years later talking the same yak. But the only thing now is you can just walk around. You're just not on a plantation. You can go to work every day. I mean, what the hell is that? But nothing ever changed. Nothing changed. And so if anybody wanted to, you know what I'm saying, chime in or whatever, that's fine. You know what I mean? But I'm going to just say it. Nothing ever changed since we've been in America. The only thing that has happened is it just got refined. They just gave you the illusion of inclusion. And they keep you voting every season, you know, to keep you even more asleep. Like they'll send a candidate around. The candidate will go and run the campaign trail. And Joe Biden, he'll come and he'll go into the Black church and he'll sit down in church and pray with you. And then he'll go into the soul food restaurant. He'll go to the barbershops and take pictures with you so that you can post it on your Instagram and your Facebook page. Of course, he'll do those things because he wants your vote. So in a time where Black lives, well, we clearly see don't matter, because all while the George Floyd thing was going on, the brother down in the Wendy's parking lot was killed. Same thing, man. And then you got police that was walking off the force or whatever because they can't kill you and they getting charged for killing you. So of course they'll walk out because it's like, well, damn, if I kill a Negro, I might go to jail because it's the probability of me killing somebody is so damn high in the police station, in the police force. So they like, well, if we're gonna start getting charged, then I don't even want to be a cop no more. But remember, we celebrated Juneteenth. We free, right? Doesn't look like we that free to me. I see people, man, feeling like when they took the statues down, a lot of people like, whoa, man, this is from God, because they took Christopher Columbus statue down. They took Christopher Columbus statue down, so Black people feel like America's less racist now, right? But they still have the Columbus Day holiday. So they could give a damn about a statue. What is a statue? It's not like they got rid of the statue. They're storing the statues. They're not getting rid of them. They're storing them. So when they pop back up again. You know what I'm saying? So this is the thing that we got to understand is that, you know, black people have never gotten free. You know what I mean? Like, Nat Turner was about getting free. He was about getting free. You know, Martin Luther King was about being joined. Martin Luther King wanted to join. He joined us to the other nations. Being joined and being free is two different things. It's two entirely different things. And that's what a lot of people don't understand about, you know, being joined, being emancipated, all that, all those words that get thrown around. Being emancipated is just, you got a certain liberties, but you still have an external force that is controlling you. So you don't actually have freedom. You just got the liberty to go to a store, to travel around through the different states. But no matter what, the oppressor that's over top of you, they rule over you. And every single nation that's in America rules over black people. And they benefit off of the destruction of the so-called black man and Hispanic man and woman. Right? Everybody benefits off of your oppression and your destruction. That's it. That's what the whole name of the game is. So what are we celebrating when we celebrate Juneteenth? You know, what are we celebrating? Let me see. Let me hear it. Let me see if I can hear this cat. You know, so it's like, what are we really celebrating? You know, it's 2020. With everything that's being so, everything is so, what's that word I'm looking for? Everything is so transparent now. So with everything being so transparent, we should be able to understand. But because, like I remember General Hyman always saying, man, because the little boy in you and the little girl in you want to be loved by your oppressor, you'll go out there and you'll celebrate Juneteenth of being free and all of that when you're really not. And then it's like, okay, if you're celebrating Juneteenth, now you got the oppressor in your rallies too. It's okay to just do something by ourselves. You see what I'm saying? Chinese people do things by themselves. You don't see no black people out there, no white people out there celebrating the new year, the Chinese New Year. You know what I'm saying? You don't see no other nations doing what the East Indians do or anything like that. All you see is white people doing what black people do in this particular time here because it's a photo op and it seems like the right thing to do. But because you can do that, it's all good. That's the problem. That's all I'm trying to do is just help you to understand it. Get over there. Let me see if I can call somebody. Hold on. Let me get hold on 1 second. One second, man. So y'all call in, man, if y'all wanna, you know what I mean, get down or whatever, and give me your thoughts on it. Hold on. Here we go. You know, that's it's like, you know, like when you see, like, it's like we go for the same okie doke every single year, man. And the same people that's out there talking about Black Lives Matter, and let me get on that too. Black Lives Matter is not about black people. Please understand that. Black Lives Matter is not about, it's not a black movement. It's not about pushing strong black men. There's none of that. Black Lives Matter is a LGBT homosexual movement that's put on the back of the black struggle in America. That's what Black Lives Matter is. Go to the website. You'll see. They don't have anything on there about straight men. It's only gay, transgender. That's it. That's the only men that they accepting. If you're gay or you're transgender, that's it. They don't want no strong black men in Black Lives Matter, man. I mean, of course they'll let you come. They'll allow you to come out there to the rally, and you know what I'm saying, and say what you want to say. You know what I mean, and go and run amok in the damn street. Of course they'll let you do that. But as far as their message is to push the LGBT movement. That's what the whole thing is about. That's what you're doing when you're going out on the street and you representing with the Black Lives Matter. I went out to Cowtown, man, today. Cowtown is like down here, like where I'm at. Cowtown is in New Jersey. It's like how could I say it? It's like a farmer's market, but like a place where you could go and get all the bootleg stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like you could still go out there and get all the bootleg stuff. I'm talking about the bootleg glasses, all that, right? You can get all that stuff, right? The purses, all that, right? The fake Jordans, all that, right? One thing that I noticed was when I went out there to Cowtown today, I seen a bunch of different stands that were just selling Black Lives Matter t-shirts and George Floyd t-shirts. Like they had it was like everybody was capitalizing off of the George Floyd, right? Now, most of the people that was capitalizing off of selling the t-shirts, like Black Lives Matter t-shirts, George Floyd t-shirts, I Can't Breathe t-shirts, No Justice, No Peace t-shirts, were Africans. Africans was out there with t-shirts that had George Floyd's picture on it, and they were selling them joints for like $20. And they was cleaning up off black people. Cleaning up off black people. Like I said, man, every single nation benefits off of our destruction, man. And I guarantee you that all them t-shirts that had George Floyd's face on it that they were selling, I guarantee you they wouldn't give none of the money to the family. None of the percentage of anything went to the George Floyd family. And that shows you about that. That's what it is. That's how it goes, man. Black people don't get no goddamn justice, man, nowhere. And the so-called leadership, I say so-called leadership because the leadership of black people sucks. Sucks. You think taking down a statue or celebrating Juneteenth is not going to change the system as it pertains to today? Nothing changes. Everything is still the same. Even though they took down a statue, even though they took Columbus' statue down, they still celebrate Columbus Day. Your kids are still celebrating Columbus Day. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. They still celebrating Columbus Day at school. Yeah. That ain't over yet. You think just because they took the statue down, that mean that Columbus Day is over for schools? No. No, man. None of that's over, man. This is what I'm trying to help you to understand. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to help you to get you to understand. That's it. I ain't trying to do too much, man. Just trying to get you to understand that, man. Yo, man, with Shalom, little crap. What's going on, Thusher Young, man? Still just trying to get you to understand, man. Y'all brothers can call in, man, if y'all want to call in, man. I ain't gonna stay on here too long, man. You know, I just wanted to just bring out something real quick. You know what I mean? Just to let everybody know, man, what was up, man. You know, Juneteenth, to me, is just something to keep you pacified. The same way, you know, you got the slave master, the oppressor going out there yelling out Black Lives Matter. It's just something to keep you pacified, to shut you up. Because no matter what happens at these protests, no matter what, you know, happens when they take down a statue, the system is still in place. Nothing's ever going to change until we change it. Now, meaning that you can't change America by protesting. You have to change America by changing your spirit towards America. It's a difference. Meaning this, what we give our spirit to is what we empower. So if we give our spirit to America when every single holiday comes up and we celebrating it, you give your spirit to America and America's empowered. And they don't give a damn about you talking about, you know, police brutality or none of that. Because at the end of the day, you still going to be joined with the system. See what I'm saying? So no matter what you say, you still joined to the system. The only thing that's going to change in America, as far as the system goes, is if you change your spirit. Meaning this, you got to stop celebrating Christmas. You got to stop celebrating all these different holidays. T.I. tried to say, don't buy nothing on July 7th. Don't buy nothing on July 4th. Don't do that. Long as you don't buy nothing. Let's start there. Don't buy nothing on July 4th. Don't cook a goddamn burger on July 4th. Eat something else. Eat a sub. Eat a sub on July 4th. Do that. Hold on, Salaki. Eat a sub. Eat a sub on July 4th, man. Eat something else different than a hot dog and a hamburger. Things won't change in America until we change our spirit. Voting will not work. It has never worked for black people at all, right? Segregation was the best thing that ever happened to black people. Segregation, at least in segregation, black on black crime wasn't at an all-time high as it is today. Because we understood who our enemy was, and we understood that our power lied within each other. We understood that during segregation. But the leadership of black people taught us that we didn't have any value unless we was joined to everybody else. And that same ideology is the same ideology that Negroes still try to inflict today. You gotta understand that as long as you are the butt of the joke, the other nations are going to always laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? They always gonna laugh at you behind that bulletproof glass. When you go up in that store and you go and you try to get whatever you get in your blunts or whatever you trying to get, they're going to laugh at you from behind the glass. Because you're trying to be joined with people that's not interested in being joined with you. These people are only interested in the money that they make. And they interested in the money that they're going to make off the hair when the women pull it out, you know, fighting each other's behind on World Star Hip Hop every day. They're going to be there to benefit, like I said before, off of the destruction of the black man and woman, the Hispanic man and woman, the Native American man and woman. And so that's what it's really all about. So Juneteenth, we celebrating Juneteenth and we haven't got freedom. We celebrating taking Columbus's statues down and they still celebrating Columbus Day. See what I'm saying? what's the other one? We're celebrating. No, we're marching for police brutality, and they still killed somebody after George Floyd. So it seems like everything that we're doing is in vain unless we change our spirit, man. So that's really all I got, man. Applied Pressure T.Y.N. Go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, man. Thumb that joint up, man. Smash the notification bell if you rock with your boy, man. And we're going to get it on like that, man. And make sure y'all subscribe too, man. Like I said, make sure you subscribe, man, for more content. I'm going to be dropping videos out. I'm going to drop another one out tomorrow. And then every now and again, we're going to have these little, you know what I'm saying, podcasts or whatever. You know what I mean? Just to, you know what I mean? Just to mix it up a little bit, man. And with that being said, man, I'm out, man.